Okay, so what's the last thing that you did that you majorly regret? Because I can tell you what mine is. I convinced myself that I was not bothered about this book. I could have put it on my TBR. I could have. There was ample opportunity, but I decided to go with a different direction instead because of how thick this book is, and now I am majorly regretting it because I have a pre-order here one day early from Waterstones. Empire of the Vampire by Julie Christoph, and I didn't put it on my TBR. And now it's just gonna sit here. This one is the Waterstones special edition. It is one of 4 editions of this book I'm gonna have. Why didn't I put it on my TBR? Oh god, the map matches the Nevernight map. It's the same artist. Ask me not if God exists, but why he's such a prick. I can't cope. It's signed as well, and it has illustrations. Why did I do this? How big is it actually? 700 or something? 719. I'm so mad at myself. I convinced myself that I didn't care, and I really do.
Pull me in, draw me close. I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheek.
Okay, so it's time to finally get some reading in this vlog. I'm having a terribly busy week. I launched the fall candles and also did a restock of the Bookoplathon candle last week. Did not pay attention to my orders. I thought I had significantly less than I did, which is fine because I still have allocated the time to work on those orders. I'm going to be doing the bulk of that on Thursday and Friday. It's just I was also going to try and turn around a secondary fall and Bookoplathon restock this week, and that is now not going to happen because I know I'm going to need both of those days to get all of these orders out. It is intense. But reading, I am going to be reading 2 books in this week's vlog. Fingers crossed, please pray for me, because I mean it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But the first one I have already started. That one is Suddenly Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. This is actually not on my Bookoplathon TBR, and I have just been chipping away at it slowly. I'm 80 pages in, but I do need to ramp that up because I have the live show for it sometime this weekend. This is the August book for Aaron from Booked and Busy's Busy Bee Book Club. Always struggle to say that, so many bees. The live show is going to be this weekend, I believe, so I need to ramp up the pace on this one, and I still don't have a good read on this. I don't know whether it is because I've been chipping away at it slowly, but this is an adult fantasy that follows a man called Thomas Senlin, and it has this very like historical tone to it. Somebody in my Patreon sprints last night said that it kind of reads like Agatha Christie, and it actually really does within the writing style. It has this old-timey feel to the writing, and it's about this man called Thomas Senlin who goes on his honeymoon with his wife wife Maya, and they go to the Tower of Babel, which is this fabled tower that has like a different thing on every floor. And while they're exploring the market outside, she wanders off and she never comes back to him. And after 2 days of standing there waiting for her like a great giant melon, he finally figures out that something is probably up and he should go look for her. And just before she left, she said jokingly like, oh, I'll meet you at the top of the tower. So he then enters into the tower and makes his way up to the top to hopefully find his wife. I am only 80 pages into this, so I cannot make like a great judgment on it so far, but I feel like, especially with what I've read so far, I feel like this book is going to be more of an exploration of a concept than it is an actual book with a story. So Thomas is making his way up this tower, and I'm currently on the 2nd floor, and it's like, it just goes through like what that floor is dedicated to, and I do get the feeling that the rest of the book is going to be like this. Now I will say that I do really enjoy the writing in here. I'm finding it engaging, and when I pick this up I sink into it really quickly, and the chapters are only short as well. They're only like up to 10 pages each, even though the text in here is quite tiny. But the problem is that I never want to pick this up. Like, I procrastinate so much on picking this up, but I am going to have to ramp it up this week, and I need to read. If I was to finish it by the end of Sunday, I'd need to read about 50 pages a day. I think I've got 320 pages left. Oh, I don't actually. I have 300 pages left. So I'm going to start off by doing that, and then when I find out whether the live show is on Saturday or Sunday, I will blast through the end of it a little bit quicker. And the other book I want to read this week is of course Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. This is the July and August book for Elder Lingalong. The live show on this was possibly going to be this Sunday, but a couple of us have plans. Not me, I never have plans. But the live show is going to be on the 19th of September at 8 p.m. BST on Jade from JD Ray Reads channel. And this one is the final book in the Tawny Man series. It's chunky. I think it's 805 pages. Yes, 805 pages long of adult epic fantasy that is sure to be emotionally destroying. So this one is the end of the second trilogy that follows Fitz, who is the main recurring character throughout the Realm of the Eldlings. And in the very first book, Assassin's Apprentice, he is abandoned at the keep by his maternal grandfather, who tells him that he would like him to return to his father. So his father is actually the prince in waiting, Prince Chivalry, and as soon as he finds out that Fitz is approaching, he abdicates the throne, which leaves Fitz to be raised by the stable master Burrick, and eventually the king takes an interest in him and starts training him to be the royal assassin. Now, the end of that trilogy was wrapped up as though it would maybe be the end of the story. The first book in this trilogy kind of picks that up and ties up all of the loose ends, and then the next two books are kind of like a story arc series on their own. And I also believe that this was intended to be the final book in the series, and based on what we learned from the second book and also based on Cody's reaction, I think Cody's a significant amount of the way through it, probably about halfway at least by now. I'm expecting to be very sad, and also based on Cody's reaction, very angry at what is going on. So these books are like very slow moving, very character driven, very thoughtfully written, and I get emotionally invested in them. There's like animals in here and animal magic, and that can prove to be quite emotional. So yeah, these two are my reads for the week, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through them both. I need to read 136, I think, pages of this per day, and this one is on my Bookoplathon TBR. It is on there to read a big book, and it is also on my Magical Readathon TBR for the prompt for Terror of Rumination, which is to read a 5-star prediction. So wish me luck, guys. I have quite a lot going on, but I am hosting Bookoplathon sprints tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to get through a chunk of these and also get all of my work done, which is stressing me out. It's going to be a stressful week, but we're gonna smash it.
I know you're thirsty for my love. I have always offered living water. So when you come, I will fill your cup again. Though my cup runs dry,
so you can't see me, you need to be higher up. I'm in bed, as you can tell. Curtis is currently out at a gig, so I really wanted to spend all tonight reading, and I ended up watching 3 episodes of Cruel Summer. I'm like up to episode 4. Cody recommended it to me because she knows I like my teen drama, and that show is definitely full of it, and I'm definitely intrigued. And then I procrastinated on working out, worked out, had a bath, and now I'm finally in bed. So this week reading is not going fantastic, but the live show for this has been pushed back until next weekend, which means I have more time, and I'm 130 pages into it, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it now. I think I found the writing style jarring when I first picked this up because it was not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting this historical tone and this like naive gentleman full of like, I want to say arrogance. Like, he's very sure of himself, and he kind of goes to this place that he expected to be a certain way and it's not, and he's questioning everything that he ever knew about his life, and he's kind of been knocked down a peg or two. But the writing style is really gripping me in this, even though I still think that it could possibly be a more conceptual thing where it just kind of explores all the flaws of the Tower of Babel. I snuck a peek at the first line of the synopsis of book 2 because this tower has, like, it's just gone through a part where somebody has said that they swore that the tower had 47 floors, but somebody else swore that it had 36, and apparently it has as many floors as you can actually ascend to, and he's trying to go to the top, and he's currently on floor 3. So I was like, is this entire series going to be about him climbing this tower? But to be fair, he still might be in the other books, but I know that there is actually some plot here somewhere. But I'm really enjoying the writing style. So I've read like what, 50 pages of that this week. 50. I think I was on page 80 when we started the week. This beast, Fool's Fate, was supposed to be reading 130 pages a day. I'm on page 104 and it's Thursday. I'm really enjoying this, but I knew from the very first page of this that it was not going to go well. Like, I can tell it's not going to be good. And I actually remember now when I was reading one of the books in the first trilogy, I read it on ebook, and for some stupid reason at the end of the ebooks they don't have the synopsis for the next book. So like at the end, was it Ship of Magic or was it Royal Assassin or something? The preview at the, it's not a preview, it's like a synopsis of other Robin Hood books. The very first one is the synopsis for the 14th book in the series. So I have read a certain spoiler, and based on that certain spoiler I've read, I think I know something that's going to happen, and it must be in this book because that synopsis was for the first book of the final trilogy, and the next series, the Rainwell Chronicles, I'm assuming won't have Fitz in. So I remembered when I was reading the last chapter that that's going to happen at some point, and I'm really not looking forward to it. So this is really going to hurt me, and I'm not about it. But I have quite a ways to go in this. I'm not doing well. So I went to bed really early last night after we went to the beach, and this is the thing, if I hadn't gone to the beach I may be further along with my reading, but I'm not going to begrudge myself doing things anymore because I spend, not publicly in vlogs or like anything, I don't moan about it as much as I do to my friends and stuff, but essentially I don't go anywhere, I don't do anything, I stay at home, I work, I read and repeat. That is pretty much it. I do go out occasionally, but like I'm real bored of shopping because a lot of the time I don't need anything, so we'll go into the nearest city, which is like York or Hull, and pretty much just walk around. I'll maybe buy one thing, maybe a plant, we'll have food out, which is nice, but I want to do stuff, especially with like the pandemic and stuff and no holidays. I have really been actually nowhere at all. So I want to be going out and just like doing more things, even if it is just going to the beach, which isn't a huge novelty for me because the place that we moved from a couple of years ago was right on the coast and we're only like 20 minutes away now, so it's not like a huge novelty, but it's nice to go outside. So I don't begrudge it, and I'm trying not to feel guilty about it, and I'm trying to put less pressure on myself to read because I read plenty. I've read more this year than I ever have, and I don't need to read this much. It's not necessary. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm doing it because I like it. If I'm not doing anything, like if I'm not working or working out or in the odd occasion that I socialize, I naturally just pick up a book because I'm a reader. I like to read, but I also want to be making more time to actually have a life. So that sent me back going to the beach yesterday, but I don't regret it. I had a really nice time. And if I don't finish these books, it's not the end of the world because the live shows are only next weekend, although next weekend is now going to be a week full of live shows, which is gone but stressful. So yeah, that is where I'm up to. Enjoying both of my books. Interested now that it's flipped. This is the one that I want to pick up the most, and I don't want to read this one as much, but I still would like to, if possible, finish both of these by the end of the week. So we will see how I get on. But up until this point, it has been a very no reading zone.
My empty
exciting parcel. Hello, good morning. I have had, you can't even see me, an exciting food delivery today. I have ordered HelloFresh for the first time, but I decided to try HelloFresh. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I decided to try out HelloFresh. So this is not sponsored. I wish it was. I know HelloFresh do sponsorships, so come at me. I wanted to try HelloFresh because I have been, this isn't a secret, you guys all know, I've been calorie counting and also working out more, trying to get like my health on track and stuff. And I normally go to the butchers for food or for meat, and it's a struggle to calorie count when I'm buying food that way, because I buy ready-made things. So like I'll buy a Hunter's chicken from the butchers, the chicken breast with cheese and barbecue sauce and bacon and stuff already on it, so that I can't break everything down into its individual calories. And I also just spend so much time weighing food. Aside from that, one of the biggest sources of my anxiety is meal planning. I'm okay because I started at the beginning of the week working out what we were going to eat for the week and going buying all the stuff and having it in, but then when it comes to that last day where you don't have much food in, the stress, there's something about not knowing what I'm going to have for food that day and being at work and knowing that I have to then go buy food, but I don't know what I want and I don't know what I want to eat. I just find it so stressful. I also really like cooking, but I struggle with inspiration. And also because of my childhood, I have some slightly disordered eating, coming from a background with a lack of discipline to start off with, but also being incredibly poor, so not knowing where your next meal is coming from and having to eat and wanting to eat everything on your plate because you don't know how much you're gonna have to eat later. So yeah, essentially I have some unhealthy food behaviors, so I wanted to check out HelloFresh. So we'll see how it goes for this first week, because I used the introductory 50% off offer, but I seem to have misplaced one of the recipes. I think I only have 4 here. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out what on earth I have done with number 5. But we have pesto bacon and mushroom linguine, a cheeseburger with wedges and slaw, salmon Thai style green curry, and spiced yogurt coated chicken. So I'm gonna make one of these tonight. I might go for the spiced yogurt chicken. I may go, I think the other one, the one that I'm missing, is like chicken, carrots and mashed potatoes. But I'm really excited to try all of these out. This could solve so many problems I have in my life, which is sad that having meals planned out for you can solve so many problems, but it really will relieve a lot of anxiety for me, because as well as the meal planning, I also have the disordered eating to take into account and food related anxiety like that. Got another box and I don't know what it is. Today is the day that keeps, no, today's the gift is what I meant to say, that keeps on giving. I want to know what's in this box. It may not be anything exciting. Oh my god, there's a spider in this box. Oh, fuck, it was only a tiny one. Well, that's a red flag if ever I saw one. I feel like the reason I'm opening this on camera is because I think it's the Forbidden Planet Empire of the Vampire, but you just never know these days. Oh, it is the Forbidden Planet Empire of the Vampire. Oh, it comes with this. I did not know that it would come with this. I still really want to read this. It's also signed, but they're all signed, so that's not a big deal. Oh my god, that's really pretty. I'm happy that I bought this. But now that that is over with, I'm gonna actually progress with packing some candle orders, that I can be done with my work day at some point and get some reading done.
I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheeks.
Hey, so my weekend is super empty. As I told you guys, all of my live shows were rescheduled, and when I scheduled all the stuff that I was going to do this week, I scheduled it with having those live shows at the weekend in mind. So now that the live shows have been cancelled, I have absolutely nothing on, and I thought this morning, I've been thinking for days how excited I am to just sit and read at the weekend, but you guys know me. Have I sat and read? Absolutely not. It is 5 p.m. on Saturday now. I've read one chapter of Fool's Fate. My goal at the minute, the best thing I can hope for right now, is to get to halfway through both of these books, which is sad because it means that something I had planned for the month isn't going to happen. But I am really enjoying them. I haven't had a whole ton of time for reading, and this is proving to be like the majority, or I've only read 2, but the last book in the series of Robin Hobb books tend to be like 300-400 pages of not a lot happening, and then the end is so good. So it's real slow with this one. And this one I don't think I've touched since I last updated you, so I'm on page 130 of this. So if I can get to page 200 of this and page 400 of this, I'm going to consider it a win. But I am going to push for a little bit more, because now that I have finished with my whole photo shoot that I've done, I don't have anything on aside from dinner and working out, which is for today, and then my tomorrow is absolutely clear, because early this afternoon, not this morning, I went to the supermarket and also cleaned the living room. So I might have a wipe round and a tidy up and a clean in here tomorrow, just so I feel a little bit productive, but I don't really have much on, so fingers crossed that translates into a whole ton of reading time, because I'm just not on my game at the minute, am I? Hey, wow, I did not realize I looked like this. I'm looking a little bit disheveled, but it's Monday. I was going to wrap up this vlog yesterday, but I had a bit of a depression session. To be honest, I'm okay. Like, it's nothing dramatic. I get like this sometimes. I just had a big old day of nothing yesterday, which is just not good for my mental health generally. And it's sad because like I spend so much of my time being stressed, as you guys probably know, and then I look forward to these days where I have nothing on, and I'm like so much like pressure relief not having anything on, and then depression. So I'm struggling with reading. I have struggled with reading all week, and it's fine. It's fine. I actually yesterday, Beth, who's one of my patrons, commented on one of my old vlogs, like my real old vlogs, like vlog number 25 or something, and out of interest, it was when I went to one of the 1975 gigs, so out of interest I watched it back, and that probably added to my depression yesterday, to be fair, because I went out twice. I went to a couple of gigs, had a good time. I didn't read very much, and that was okay, and I think that I put a lot of effort into my content essentially, and with the pandemic it has just kind of become normal. I mean, I touched upon this the other day when I was talking about going to the beach and how I don't do anything. It has become normal for me to do nothing but sit home and work and read, because I work from home as well. Now that things are easing up and you can do things again, you can go out, we're not in lockdown, I need to be trying to find that groove, because it's kind of just like gradually happened over time. Do you know how there's some things that you do all the time and then it becomes less of a habit, you stop doing them? That's kind of happened, but for everyone on a grand scale, because of the pandemic. So now that I can do things again, I need to readjust back to that, and I vlog weekly, you know. It doesn't have to be a huge event full of like 9 books every time I do it. Sometimes it can just be a weekly vlog, and this is what I read this week. So on that note, this is what I read this week. I haven't touched this since I last spoke about it, which I think was Thursday night. So I'm still on page 130. I did not make, because of my depression session yesterday, I did not actually make it to the halfway point in both of these, but I did just about get to the halfway point in Fool's Fate, which is upside down. So I'm now on page 404 of this, and I'm bored, and that is my problem. And this happened with Assassin's Quest, which was the last book in the first trilogy. So I do have faith that it's going to pull around in the end, but I'm sick about hearing about Thick and his seasickness. Like, I get it, it's realistic, it adds a level of realism because of hyperfixation, and the seasickness is always present for Thick, and because of who Thick is as a character, that makes it difficult for everybody, including Fitz, who is our main character in this book. book. And the story did pick up a little bit when we had the reintroduction of some other characters, but like overall I'm just really fucking bored. And I know like people have read this recently, 4 Hour Linglong, and said like, oh my god, it's so painful. Cody's been losing her shit and saying like that it's painful, and I'm just bored right now, and I know it's gonna get better. I know it's gonna get better. This is like a metaphor for my life as well, but right now I'm just really bored. So this is the end of this week's vlog, and next week I'm going to be switching up my tactics. These need to be finished next week. I'm going to be reading this on the days where I'm more busy, so when I have like the Buffy watch along, because I can make more progress in this in a shorter amount of time. And then this will be for the days when I don't have much on, so when I'm doing reading sprints, or if I, on the rare occasion that I don't spend every waking minute of my life doing something surrounding YouTube or candles. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's been a little bit different from my usual, but actually more in keeping with my older vlogs, like when I first started out vlogging. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you made it this far, it's a mess. I'm a mess. Thank you for watching. If you liked this vlog, please don't forget to like. No. What is my outro? I hope you enjoyed this vlog if you made it this far. We've already done that. If you did, please don't forget to like if you liked it, and subscribe if you wanna, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you'll go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.